Welcome to Channel AMAC, your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested in migrating to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell on the side so once all the updates and news, you'll be the first one getting all the insight. Alright, today's video, there's actually a couple of policy updates. Now, this one is specifically talking about the National Innovation Visa, whereby the state of South Australia, which they never done it before, back in the Global Talent age, they've never done any nomination for Global Talent, but this fiscal year that they are planning to actually do it. So yesterday on the 10th of June 2025, they have actually announced they will officially accept and nominate the National Innovation Subclass 858 applicants or candidates, should I say. So let's jump in there and have a look what the state of South Australia actually offers and their criteria. Now I can tell you straight away, it's not that easy, and it's not gonna be like the subclass 188 back in the old days, whereby you just required to actually buy or invest into a small medium-sized businesses, but you still need to meet the criteria. So let's have a look at the detail there. So as you can see, this is the South Australia's government website. It says move to South Australia with the National Innovation Visa Subclass 858. Overview. This is a permanent visa for internationally recognized talent that allows you to live and work in South Australia. So, well, basically, it doesn't give you a specific number what you're required to actually meet, but they are considering all type of elements that of your background, and these are the people who are usually in the tech sector including energy, critical mineral, advanced manufacturing, chip making, medical health, agri-techs, all kind of stuff. And you gotta be at almost at the top of the pyramid of your talent. Otherwise, you probably won't meet this requirement. So it says here is National Innovation Visa is a permanent visa for individuals who have international recognized record. That basically just copy what they're saying here. I don't know what they are trying to do there. South Australia State nominate for NIV is aimed at attracting high caliber, high performing individual who can drive innovation, productivities, and growth in the state. And who can apply this? Here we go. This is a brief. We're gonna go into the actual detail later on. So it says who can apply. Now, first of all, you must meet the Department of Home Affairs criteria. You have to be offshore or onshore with a substantive visa. Well, that's no-brainer. If you're in Australia, you should have a visa. If you have no visa, you'll be unlawful. So I'm not too sure why stating that. And if you're offshore, of course, then you're offshore. You have international recognized records of exceptional outstanding achievement. Now, I've done a specific explanation on that definition, well, back probably 4 years ago. You may want to refer to that video there. But it basically means you are you have a talent that's internationally recognized. So it would be as simple as that. So you don't come and say, look, I'm just national recognized. I've done this before. I'm very skillful on this one, but I'm not really international recognized. So anyway, you got to be international recognized, okay? Either it's going to be professional. Okay, that can be a CEO of a public listed company. You have such and such patterns. You have led the team to achieve this and that, things like that. Or a sportsman, so athlete with a gold medalist, art, academic researchers. So you have done a lot of R&D research and developments, and your patterns or whatever the trade secrecy that you have, or whatever that you discover, it's internationally recognized. It's fascinating stuff. You can be any age, okay, and you meet the DHA's eligible criteria, and those criteria are basically what we just mentioned. You got to be internationally recognized. All right. To be considered. Now, the reasoning what we're talking about the state nomination here is because under, I believe, the direction number 112, okay, it says that the state government or state agencies will have, if they nominate, you will be prioritized. They're giving out the authority for the state of Australia to actually have more sense of nominating rather than just getting an individual or whatever the company to nominate. Previously, we have seen Australian Computer Society and Engineering Australia. They have nominated some candidates, but they never get invited. So now they're giving authority not to those skill assessing authority, but to the state agency. So that including the state of South Australia. So they got that key. If you get nominated by the state, then the likelihood that you get invited and get your permanent residency is much, much higher because they are prioritized. All right. They only consider, okay, so including global researchers and thought leaders. I'm not too sure what they mean about thought leaders, entrepreneur, okay, innovative investors, creative talent, and other global talent. We're going to jump in the detail of those specific types. So first one is the global researchers. So global researchers, you can receive national research grant in Australia or overseas. Undertaken recent keynote appearances at high-profile international conferences, recognize intellectual property contributed but to use, such as holding relevant international patents. You're earning pretty high. So currently, the Fair Work high income threshold, I believe, is $175,000 per annum. You got a PhD, high level academic influences that the thought leaders, such as this is the thought leaders. Recent publication, a top ranked journal, high H index, okay, research based agreed on top global universities. The H index, I've done a specific video on this one. You might want to refer to that one there. Now, the second one is the entrepreneur. So entrepreneur means you are coming to perhaps establish a venture capital business to commercialize services or products. And of course, they want you to be in South Australia. Development of business enterprise. So again, just, but this can't be just any small business. So it's gonna be something talented, innovative with the technology and things like that, demonstrating your depth of knowledge and expertise, track records of target products, commitment of launching innovative business in South Australia. That's gonna be hard. Look, I've seen numbers of tech companies going to South Australia, but not going much further. Anyhow, that's a majority of proposed projects development business assets in South Australia. No minimum investment threshold required to be considered a state nominated via entrepreneurial category. But of course, if you want to run something that's entrepreneurial with a tech, that's got to be some sort of money involved in there. You can't just come out with zero. Now, if you're a heavy investors, well, they call it innovative investors. Now, there is no actual amount. There's not going to be 5 mil, 3 mil. Is it considered 1 mil or 2 mil will be considered? They don't have a specific information on this one, but you got to be very successful investor. This is more like 188B, but because it's under National Innovation Visa Subclass 858, then obviously you're required to have those background information that's required, international recognized, blah, blah, blah. Okay, international reputed companies of IPO, initial public offering. This may include investors who are investing into innovative ecosystem. They just give you some examples. Investing to management funds will only be considered on an exceptional basis if you're able to demonstrate a significant economy benefit. Now, again, there is no definition on what they meant by significant economic benefit. Would 1 mil be significant enough? Or 2 mil or 3 mil? Don't know. I think it will be set by the state of South Australia, your future investment strategy for South Australia. So again, they don't tell you what sort of investment that's gonna be. So it's in a gray zone. The problem that I have with this state of South Australia is that there's too many gray zone. What do you mean? What do you mean by significant economic benefit? What do you mean by future investment strategy in South Australia? So they don't provide any specific. There's no minimum. Again, there's no minimum threshold. So would 1 mil be significant enough? So don't know. But anyway, let's see how that goes. The following cannot meet the requirement. You cannot just invest in a cafe restaurant, consulting firm, employment, labor agency, franchise, purchase of existing enterprise, real estate, and retail. So that means general investments will not be included. Creative talent. Now, it's more about those artistic or they are specific world leading dancer or performers or whatever the arts performing and other globally talented. So this will be case by case. Whatever that you think that you are globally talented, you may provide that information there. Now let's scroll back up there. There's a special requirement here. Let's just have a look here. It's not really special. It says you please read application term and condition, and you got to put in the ROI, upload your documents. So I don't know why this is a special requirement. Of course, you need to upload stuff there, and they give you a procedures, personal detail, what's required, and this is all very generic. Employment history, putting your information. Do you have a migration agent? Do you have any state government referring you? Just provide those documents. So I'm not too sure why they call special requirement. I mean, supporting information is suffice, but I'm not too sure why they call it special requirement. So here we go. That's the information for the South Australia's criteria in ways of nominating you under the National Innovation Visa subclass 858. Should you have more question, query, more than welcome to leave comment right down below. And I'll see you next video. Goodbye.